My name is Awokoya. I'm a freelance journalist based in London. I'm doing a story for The Guardian long read on modern day slavery in southern Italy, and I'm a Pulitzer Centre grantee for 2018. So the story itself is complex because of the way it kind of intersects with the migration crisis. Usually stories in the migration crisis usually go from North Africa through to the Mediterranean, but there has been really no understanding of what happens to the migrants once they arrive in southern Italy. But what this story mostly focuses about is the deeper consequences of the migration crisis within labour conditions, and how migrants, given their extreme vulnerability, have been exploited for financial gain, and how this is kind of unfolded into a grander narrative of how supply chains become very weak when migration becomes increased in certain areas. Some of the challenges was actually getting access into these areas where the migrants lived, because they were essentially living in very appalling, very trying conditions where they're obviously living under a form of desperation where they need money or they need a sense of stability that they obviously don't have. So going in and out of these spaces proved to be quite difficult. So we essentially focused on a group of migrants who were working in broccoli fields. For instance, they accept very low pay and they live in squalid conditions where there's no running water, no electricity, but they're forced to pay rent based on the small wages that they do earn to the farmer that they're working for. So we use that as a very core example of one of the ways in which modern slavery can form using African migrants. So what we're hoping for this piece is that the readers will begin to understand that modern slavery can take shape in various different forms, that it's not something where it's as overt as people being carted off or sold, that it can be something that's very hidden.